Hey YouTube, welcome back to my bedroom. Today I'm going to talk about something that's true and dear to my heart, vinyl records, and just music in general, but in general, no. Today we're going to talk about something pretty specific, and that is the album that really surged on my passion for like music and collecting vinyl records, and that album would be Purple Rain by Prince. If you can't tell from my shirt, which is also Purple Rain. But yeah, it's really interesting because I have always been surrounded by music since I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, BET was always playing in my home, and that's how I discovered people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Grace Jones, just like total queer, amazing, unique icons in music, and specifically in Black music too. Music is universal, but you know what I mean. But Prince had, like, Prince, when I was a kid, I wasn't really allowed to listen to Prince, unfortunately, which is for good reason. He had some pretty, like, risque lyrics that probably aren't appropriate for a child, but I was definitely into the imagery that he projected. Whoa, what is happening? Like, when he has the split screen, and he's doing the spins, and it looks like two people. But I think what happened, especially was with music and vinyl in general, is me being able to see vinyl records in every home that I was in. My dad had a small vinyl collection at the time with a lot of Michael Jackson, Al Green. He loves like Isaac Hayes and James Brown, so that was always around. But then when I went to my grandmom's house, my aunt lived there, and she used to allow me into her room sometimes, and I'll never forget seeing this amazing poster of Prince on the wall. I'll try to add a photo. It's the poster of him like nude in the shower, like wearing a cross necklace. What? I remember seeing that and being like, what? Because as a kid, like, you can't be like, whoa, you know? But I remember seeing that image, but one thing that always like stuck with me for sure was she had the purple vinyl edition of Purple Rain, and seeing that spin on the record player and like hearing the music that came out of it and just the whole presentation of the album is what really triggered my love for vinyl. I remember as I got older, as a teenager, I wanted a record player so bad, and at the time they weren't like easily accessible everywhere. So I would ask my mom to go to flea markets and find one for me. We found one, and it was like really a mess. Like, I remember putting a used record on it and it just sounded like trash. But, you know, as I got older, I obtained my own record player in college. It was like one of those like stereo systems where it has the cassette deck, 5 CD spinner, and then a little record player on top. And I used to make mixtapes for my friends from like the collection that I had. But I always wanted that purple vinyl Purple Rain. I always wanted it. And I asked my aunt later in life, like when I was in college, I was like, hey, do you still have that record? And she was like, yeah, maybe someplace, I don't know. But then when I visited Jacksonville again, she was like, yeah, I don't have it. I don't know where any of those records are. And I'm like, oh, you don't know where any of those records are? What? So I don't know if she was just keeping it from me or what, but I was like, I'm gonna find it eventually one day. I'm gonna find that purple vinyl edition one day. Of course, I came across Purple Rain in like a used record store, just the black vinyl edition, because it's not like a rare album. The black vinyl edition of it, it's not a rare album because this album was so popular. The tracks on it are so amazing, so I wanted it in any format that I could have it in. Of course, I had the CD, but I wanted it on vinyl, and I found this for like $3 back in the day. Darling Nikki, Computer Blue, like, there's so many good songs, and the entire album is, like, amazing from start to finish. So, to find it on vinyl, I was happy with that, but I was like, one day I'm gonna find a purple vinyl edition. Fast forward to Discogs, which is such an amazing, like, place. I love Discogs. I added Purple Rain on every purple vinyl edition that was possibly available to my want list. And you know, there's a Mexican edition, there is a Japanese edition, there's a US edition, I think there's a UK or Europe edition also, and I just added them all to my want list, so if one popped up in my price range, I would be able to get it. Most of the times they would pop up for like $100 and like more, and my budget for vinyl, like I absolutely love vinyl, and I have such like an expansive like collection. It's like over 1,000 records, and you know, I just love everything about vinyl, but I cannot bring myself to spend over $45 on a record, and that is really pushing it. Like some of these resellers and some of these you know, even some of these new companies that are repressing albums, like they try to charge so much, and I just like can't bring myself to paying over $45. I think the most expensive record I spent like more than $45 on was Delight Dewdrops in the Garden, which I'll get to on another video possibly. But that was at a time when it was like really rare to find it, and it popped up for like a price that I could obtain it for, and I was just like, okay, I've always wanted that record too. But Prince Purple Rain on the US vinyl edition especially always rung up to like 100. I think now it's going for like 70, 90, and that's like not even in great condition. But then one popped up, and I believe it was in the US, and it is the Mexican pressing of Purple Rain on purple vinyl. I was like, ooh, it had no reviews on it. Not even that many people like own it, and I was just like, I guess I can take a chance on it, and I ordered it. I forget how much I paid for it, but I was like, oh my god, it's from Mexico, that's really cool. It has like some of the song titles in Spanish, like written, you know, on the back, and I was just like, maybe I'll just like get it and see. I don't think it was priced too much, but I was like so excited because I was like, oh my god, it's purple vinyl. It's what I've been wanting, because I love album presentation. That is one thing I love about vinyl, is album presentation. I love packaging. I love all of that. And when I received that, I was like, ooh, the like cover is like made of a, like, it's almost like a cardstock, which I thought was pretty cool. It's almost a little bit matte too. It's not like the super high gloss vinyl covers. I was like, that's pretty cool. And it was in pretty good condition. It has the inner sleeve, which I'm obsessed with this image forever, and I was like, ooh, and it's on purple vinyl. I was like, good, I'm into it. Until I put it on my turntable. I put that purple vinyl on my turntable, and I was like, I pressed play, and I was like, I didn't press play, I put the needle into the record, and I was like, what is happening? It was so much surface noise. I was like, what? The album looks like it's in perfect condition. I don't think it has anything to do with the actual surface or scratches or dirt. I think it's actually pressed on vinyl that is just like not of a good quality. I don't know if other people out there have Mexican pressings of vinyl, but I'm not exactly sure if the quality of their pressing factories back then was really good, because you know, like, of course, depending on where you get a pressing from, UK, US, like wherever it's manufactured and pressed, like it can depend on the quality of that vinyl, and this one was like a no, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna keep it. I wanted it purple vinyl. I have the black one to listen to, and this one would just be like my little collectible, I mean, until I come across the one that I really wanted. So like, you know, I was just like, I really wanted it on purple vinyl, and here it is. So I couldn't complain too much. It looked perfect, and I just really wanted the sound quality to be better, but it wasn't. So I just like move on. And then I was on Discogs another day, and one came up for sale. That was the Japanese pressing, and Japan is known for having really good pressings of vinyl. Look it up, read about it, it's interesting. Their manufacturing plants for vinyl back in the 80s must have been pretty good, and still are to this day. And so I came across this one, and I hesitated for a moment. It was like, should I do this? Should I do it? And I decided to do it. And this was a while ago. This was maybe a year or two ago. Actually, yeah, totally 2 to 3 years ago. And I was like, oh my god, I had a job at that time. And I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. If I don't do it, I'm gonna regret it. It had the obi and everything. And this is the Japanese pressing of Purple Rain. Oh, look at that obi. It's so good. Like, it says, 3 big presents, all for you. Prince is the drug. What? I was like, I have to have it. And I was like, you know, at least I know it's like a Japanese pressing. And the sound quality should be pretty good. So I just took a chance and I was like, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do it. I received it. It has the inner sleeve, but it's not even inner sleeve. It's like an insert because it has this and this, which is on the usual inner sleeve. And then it has a fold out of some like Japanese kanji, probably telling about the album and the movie and just like Prince in general. Probably pretty much the Japanese translation of the lyrics, which are on this side. And I was like, talk about presentation. To have the obi and everything. It does not have the poster that I think came with most of the Purple Rain, but it does have this beautiful, look at that, beautiful clear purple vinyl that sounds amazing. Like, what? I love it. I was like, I have to have it. It's so good. I cherish this album forever. And, you know, it's not the US pressing, which I'm like, that's fine. Because I think the Japanese pressing is probably more, like, sound quality superior to the US pressing. So I'm so happy with it. I didn't go too far out of my price budget for vinyl, which is really good. So I'm very satisfied. And I just wanted to come on here and share it with you guys because this album is what really spurred my passion for vinyl. And I just love it so much. Prince is definitely one of those artists that I will love forever. I have other albums of his on vinyl, like original pressings, and some of the albums that he worked on, like Sheila E. albums, Vanity 6, The Time, Apollonia 6, The Family. Like, he's done so much. Prince, like, rest in peace, but his legacy will live on forever. And that is what I had to talk about today. I love this album. If you ever find it in purple, like, vinyl pressing, definitely pick it up. They even reissued this album, and they didn't even reissue it in the purple vinyl, so that makes it even more special. So definitely pick it up if you can find it and it's in your budget. If not, maybe it'll pop up one day. You never know. Dreams can come true, clearly, as this one did. So yeah, definitely check out my other videos. And if you own Purple Rain and purple vinyl, definitely leave a comment below. If you have that US pressing or that poster and you would like to send it to me, definitely comment down below. Like and subscribe this video if you love my rambles about pretty much any and everything. Definitely vinyl and definitely fashion and reviews about this and that. Who knows what'll happen. So yeah, thanks for checking out this video. Like and subscribe and comment down below if you have anything to talk about with me. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye and peace.